Because stats, it's variable depending on who you're fighting. Like you take Charles Oliveira's stats, and then you say his fight with Islam Makhachev, and you say, okay, well, where's the stats? Like it's really dependent upon skill sets, who's your level of competition, who you're competing with.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That was a quick submission, though.
Bro.
The stats are 1 submission attempt, 1 submission.
Bro, he's got a crushing squeeze. Well,
it's different, bro.
To that.
It's different. Yeah, he strangled me. And the way he did it, I think Moicano filled in last minute to fight Islam and got caught with the same choke.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like a Darce choke, but he locks it on his forearm.
Yeah.
He doesn't go to the bicep.
I know.
And the squeeze is different. He's pulling to his chest. It's not like a angle squeeze. It's different. So the defense is different. When I got my legs out and tried to walk around, he hooked my leg, but like the squeeze is completely different. Completely different. You know, you belly down and kind of get some space to breathe. You can't the way he does it.
Craig Jones broke it down.
It's like a front choke, almost like a squeeze to your chest. It's not an angle that you use for a normal Darce choke.
I know. I was shocked the first time I saw him do it. I was like, maybe he just like couldn't cinch up the bicep. And then I saw him do it a second time. I was like, no, this guy's trying to do it that way. He grabs right here, right?
Yeah. And
Craig Jones
pulls
did
to
an
his
awesome
chest.
breakdown of it on YouTube where he explains why it's effective and what's so good about it.
And when he gets the grip locked in, like it's complete, immediate blood shutdown.
You never felt it before because his strength is another level, and that's why I feel like a lot of these guys break once they feel it.
I would be really interested to see. I mean, the best guy off his back, arguably in the lightweight division, is Oliveira. And Oliveira really couldn't do anything with Islam. I mean, he gave, some difficulties. He got into the second round. It was work, but he didn't really threaten, where he threatens everybody off his back. That's the thing about Oliveira is like, he'll catch you on the feet and he'll trade with you on the feet because if you drop him, he gladly goes to his back to invite you into his guard.
Yeah.
But with Islam, he couldn't do a damn thing.
Yeah, a lot of those guys before Islam were afraid to go to the ground with him. Like Gaethje dropped him a couple of times, Chandler dropped him, and then they stood up. It's because you had that fear. With Islam, it was like, I don't care. He's gonna feel what it is on the ground. Like they always say, Sambo is better than jiu-jitsu, and he just has that mentality. Like I want to beat you at your own game. And the way he tapped him out from half guard with that arm triangle, I'm like, nobody's ever treated Oliveira like that.
Well, that squeeze must be another level.
Yeah, I was rolling with I would roll with him, and that first week he's catching me with like an anaconda choke every time I'm going with him, and it's just squeezing. I'm like tapping, and then Islam's nice, so like he'll tell you like you need to do it this way, and he'll show me the technique with it. When Habib's on top of you, he's like breaking me at every single point, and I'm asking him for it. No, brother, you just got to keep going. And I was like, all right, cool. So the next time he does it, he's just on top of me again. He's like mounting me, then I'm turning, giving him my back, and then he's like just laughing as he's talking to the guys outside of the cage as he's on top of me, and I'm feeling like disrespected, but it's like, this is not Habib. But like at least like Islam, he'll be like, brother, do this way, do this. This is the way you get out of it.
He's giving you some tips.
Yeah, so by the third week, he wasn't catching me with any more, but his squeeze is a different type of squeeze.
They have a very, very disciplined camp, right? Like you have to have your hair cut a certain way. Like you can't be fucking around showing up with blue mohawks or nothing crazy. Like it's very disciplined, right?
Yeah, I think that's one of the reasons why they're all successful, I feel like.
Now that Islam Makhachev is about to face the colossal challenge of facing Ian Machado Garry, it's safe to say that there is no stone left unturned on behalf of the lightweight champion. According to reports from Islam Makhachev's camp, he has increased the intensity of his training, and this is something expected given the caliber of the upcoming challenge. From hardcore wrestling training sessions to advanced striking training, nothing seems to have been left behind in Islam Makhachev's training regime.
Оттягивай, просто оттягивай, сползай, будь минут.
Есть какой-то возрастной дедлайн? До какого возраста хотел бы выступать?
Нет, возрастной я не думаю. Есть пробег.
The discussion began with the defeat of Charles Oliveira against Islam by submission. Rogan noted that the figures do not always speak the truth, since everything will depend on who stands across from you. Dustin Poirier concurred, noting the speed with which Islam submitted Oliveira, stressing that Islam had an amazing grip. This submission served as a testament to the danger that Islam poses once his hands are locked together.
Yeah, he strangled me. And the way he did it, I think he Moicano filled in last minute to fight Islam and got caught with the same choke. Mm-hmm. It's kind of like a Darce choke, but he locks it on his forearm.
Yeah.
He doesn't go to the bicep.
I know.
And the squeeze is different. He's pulling to his chest. It's not like a angle squeeze. It's different. So the defense is different. When I got my legs out and tried to walk around, he hooked my leg, but like the squeeze is completely different. Completely different. You know, you belly down and kind of get some space to breathe. You can't the way he does it.
Craig Jones broke it down.
It's like a front choke, almost like a
Yeah.
squeeze to your chest. It's not an angle that you use for a normal Darce choke.
I know. I was shocked the first time I saw him do it. I was like, maybe he just like couldn't cinch up the bicep. And then I saw him do it a second time. I was like, no, this guy's trying to do it that way.
And as far as Islam is doing all the groundwork behind the scenes, the discussion about him has been heating up too. In an episode of Joe Rogan's podcast, Bilal Muhammad was there together with Joe Rogan and discussed with him how Islam is such a unique fighter. They did not discuss only his credentials as a wrestler and being from Dagestan, but also those aspects that make him such a tough fighter to handle.
Right? For the longest time, people thought, oh, he falls apart. And then all of a sudden, everybody had to go, you know what? He's the fucking man. You know? Until Islam got a hold of him, he was like a completely different entity than he was like back when Cub Swanson knocked him out.
Yeah, when you look at the way his career is, the way like people don't give him enough credit for that, and the way he dominated some of the best guys.
Oh my God!
Once he was in his title reign,
when he beat Gaethje, the way he beat Chandler, I mean, my God.
But you mean now people know how good Islam is. People weren't respecting him the same way I feel like I'm not getting respected, and then now when he plays with him like that, beats him on the feet, and then finishes him on the ground, I think that now people are realizing, all right, well, Islam isn't all talk. Like when DC and all of them are saying that, like he's gonna be better than Habib.
With Bilal, the conversation moved to the physical side of Islam and the actual experience of training with him and his teammates from Dagestan. Bilal explained that you won't know the kind of pressure they exert unless you have trained with them on the mats. It is a choking style of wrestling where each position seems to be like quicksand. Moving for even the most seasoned wrestlers becomes tough, and everyone in camp seems to have top control. Training with them made Bilal look at wrestling in a new light.
Now they're realizing it.
Anybody who said it was all talk is a fool. If you watch the way he submitted Drew Dober, he just smushed him. Yeah. I'm like, there was no getting up there. It was just a matter of time before he put the smush down on him.
Training with those guys, I tell people, I'm like, if you never train with the guys from Dagestan, from somebody on their team, you don't know what it feels like. It's not regular jiu-jitsu. Like it's like quicksand where you're in there, you think you're moving, you're looking for a way out. I'm really good at flow rolling and everything. And then I'm training with them my last camp, and I'm like, I cannot move with these guys. None of them. Like everybody on their team has that same style, same.
Bilal went ahead to note that the main thing here is not so much about the method, but rather the mind. He elaborated on how fighters from the same camp do not allow themselves to lose even a moment in training. All rounds are seen as a competition, while all positions are taken as a winning position. The trainer noted training sessions during which Khabib would quickly put a stop to anyone trying to play a guard position, since when you are on your back, you are simply losing.
Grapple, it's like they're going to beat everybody. Nobody's going to mess with them.
What is the difference?
For the mentality, I think is a big thing too. When you're rolling with somebody new, you'll get a flow roll with them. You'll play around to see how they're feeling. With them, they don't have that at all. I'm not gonna lose a round. I'm not gonna lose a minute when I'm going against you. If this is our first time roll with each other. I'm on my back. I'm going to my back, starting on my back, and I'm like, all right, let's move. So I'm trying to play like guard, trying to go for armbar or anything like that. And then Khabib just yelling at me, get up. We're not playing jiu-jitsu. This is get up. This is MMA. We're not playing jiu-jitsu. You're on your back. You're losing. And their mentality is, let me hold you down because I'm not going to lose this round. I'm going to stay on top of you. I don't care if I'm in your guard the whole time and I'm just staying on top of you with pressure. You just lost. Even though the round's over, I'm sitting there like, man, we haven't done anything. It's like, I'm just laying on my back. You haven't done any pressure, no ground upon or anything. But I just lost because I'm on my back. And I figured that's their mentality. They don't want to lose any round in practice. They don't want to lose any minute in grappling. If they get taken down, they're popping right back up. It's not.
Finally, Joe looked at Islam's success against elite level grapplers like Charles Oliveira. The two men talked about how Charles Oliveira had earned the reputation for being one of the best submission artists in the world, but that Islam had made him almost useless. While other fighters were wary of taking the fight to the mat against Oliveira, Islam took the challenge and won by using his submission game against him. Bilal talked about the victory via arm triangle choke as the perfect example.
You never felt it before because his strength is another level, and that's why I feel like a lot of these guys break once they feel it.
I would be really interested to see. I mean, the best guy off his back, arguably in the lightweight division, is Oliveira, and Oliveira really couldn't do anything with Islam. I mean, he gave some difficulties. He got into the second round. It was work, but he didn't really threaten. Where he threatens everybody off his back. That's the thing about Oliveira, is like, he'll catch you on the feet and he'll trade with you on the feet, because if you drop him, he gladly goes to his back to invite you into his guard.
Yeah.
But with Islam, he couldn't do a damn thing.
Yeah, a lot of those guys before Islam were afraid to go to the ground with him. Like, Gaethje dropped him a couple of times, Chandler dropped him, and then they stood up. It's because you had that fear. With Islam, it was like, I don't care, he's going to feel what it is on the ground. Like they always say, Sambo is better than jiu-jitsu. And he just has that mentality, like, I want to beat you at your own game. And the way he tapped him out from half guard with that arm triangle, I'm like, nobody's ever treated Oliveira like that.
And Hardy believes Ian Machado Garry is facing the toughest test of his career against Islam Makhachev. While Hardy praised Gary's confidence and the work he's put into improving his overall game, he pointed out that Islam presents problems in every area of MMA. According to Hardy, Makhachev has the perfect skill set to trouble anyone at welterweight, whether the fight stays standing, moves into the clinch, or hits the ground. He even described Islam as having the kryptonite for the entire division because of how complete his game has become. Hardy also noted that although Garry has been spending time improving his jiu-jitsu and grappling, it's difficult to truly prepare for the kind of pressure and wrestling that Islam brings to the cage.
Someone you and I have spoken about, Islam Makhachev versus Ian Machado Garry. What do you make of that matchup?
That's a great fight. Look, it's a great fight. Ian Garry for a long time has been saying that, he is the future. Obviously, it's his nickname. Like, he sees himself as being there with the belt. He's visualized it, but now he's got Makhachev in the division. And I mean, Makhachev's got the kryptonite for every single person in the division. No matter where the fight goes, he's got the skills to challenge you and to cause you issues. Like, of course, since Ian Garry's, been spending time in Brazil, been working on his jiu-jitsu, he's going to be far more confident in his ground game. But at the same time, I don't know if you're going to be able to replicate what Islam Makhachev can do to you. I think you would have to be in the wrestling room in Dagestan to really feel that kind of pressure. And what you got to remember is, that room right now, we keep signing a bunch of guys from Khabib's team.
Hardy continued to explain that this Dagestani style keeps producing champions because they all employ the same unyielding approach: wrestling, pressure, discipline, and more dangerous strikes. However, even within the Dagestanis, Hardy made sure to point out that Islam is right at the top of the pyramid. Focusing on the bout itself, Hardy feels that Garry can't afford to go 5 rounds just shooting off his shots and trying to outbox the champion. While he conceded that Garry is a skilled and smart striker, Hardy felt that Islam would ultimately get into the fight if he builds up enough momentum. According to Hardy, Garry needs to do some damage to Islam to gain respect for his offense.
They're all cookie cutter versions of each other. They're all lethal. They've all got great wrestling. They've all got that pressure style with good punching and kicking now. You know what I mean? There's a really elite level in that gym. And Makhachev's at the top of that pile. Everybody in that gym is working towards where he is, and everybody in that gym's a killer. I just don't know if you're going to be able to find the same kind of look that you're going to need to be able to deal with Makhachev. And I think now he's moved up to welterweight, I just think he looks physically so much healthier and stronger. Ian Garry's a slick striker, but he needs to damage Makhachev. He can't play the 25 minutes of picking and poking because Makhachev.
Carlos Prates describes the way Islam probably intends to win the match. He believes that it will be a fight based on takedowns and positional dominance, but he is also wondering whether it will be that kind of dominant fight where grinding plays an essential part. As far as Carlos sees it, Ian will still have chances to stand up and start anew, thus forcing Islam to start again and again instead of keeping him down for a long time. There's one crucial factor Carlos mentioned. Islam is very hard to beat via scoring.
I think I agree. But I think also too, man, this is what people have to remember, dude. There's 15 pounds that when you go up from 155 pounds to 170 pounds, that's 15 pounds, man. Ian, he's never fought a big, long dude that has a jab, that knows how to kick, that's a longer body. I'm always kind of pro wrestling. Like every time there's a wrestler that's going up against a striker or whatnot, I'll always kind of tend to go with the wrestler, particularly if I know their mindset a little bit. But in this one, man, and I'm good friends with Islam. Obviously, I'm not counting this dude out, but I'm just saying, bro, I still go back and I think of some of the weapons that Ian Garry has, and even Ian Garry, man. Ian Garry can take the back very, very well. He's shown that, man. If you're able to take the back against a guy like Shavkat Rakhmonov and then almost finish him with the smaller guy with longer legs, I personally think this is a good fight for Ian Garry.
The discussion now turns to the gap in size and style that weighs more heavily. Carlos brings up how Ian would definitely be going up against a taller, more physically powerful man than he is used to, especially since the guy is not only tall but also very well-rounded like Islam. He does not disregard him entirely though, noting the weapons Ian possesses in the form of his jab, his footwork, and especially in taking the back position in case there are scramble situations. This becomes an important point as it means that Ian poses a threat of back control for Islam.
I think a harder fight would be like a guy like Kamaru, but for Ian Garry, I feel like this is good for him in my opinion.
Exactly. Me too. He trained jiu-jitsu with Demian Maia, so he know how to get the back really, really, really good, you know.
Yeah, but the biggest question for me, Carlos, and I would say like even for you like elite strikers, it's not even jiu-jitsu. Can you get back to your feet? That's the biggest question, man.
Exactly. I think to fight Islam, the most important thing is not to training to defense takedowns. Of course, it's really important. You know, you need to train this. But I think the most important thing is how to get up. You know, like on the right way. You know, like I think that's
James Lynch focused on that, which would prove to be a huge problem for Garry. That was due to the fact that although Garry has proved himself in fights and won quite a number recently, the main factor behind most of his wins has been the tactical approach that he adopted in his fights. He felt that such an approach would fail him in the fight against a person like Islam Makhachev, since according to him, the man is a tough character who cannot be defeated by a tactical approach.
2 wins over Volkanovski. Oliveira was a very dominant win. So yeah, he's looked great. Going to be hard to take out Islam Makhachev. With Garry, again, I talk about the good game planning here. But the thing with Garry that I'll point out here in this fight is that, you know, he's winning fights. He's looking good. Again, he fought a really good power puncher on Carlos Prates. But my thing with Garry is a lot of decisions here. I think his last stoppage win was the Daniel Rodriguez fight, which Rodriguez didn't look that great in that one. Garry doesn't really do that like extra stuff where you're like, okay, maybe, you know, it could be a case of where he's, going out there and finishing these guys, and maybe there's a chance that he could like clip Islam or get a submission. But I think with Garry, it's all about the game plan, and I just don't think he's going to be able to like out game plan Islam. I think Islam's on another level.
Even though Lynch understood that there were a lot of surprises during the previous weeks, he wasn't sure that the next will be Garry. He said that Islam is a born welterweight and he hadn't lost anything in going up the weight class. On the contrary, Lynch noticed how much more dangerous Makhachev became because of that, and that was the reason why Lynch was sure that Islam would have an absolute advantage during the fight and would definitely win over his opponent.
You know, we've seen upsets this year, so I'm not going to say that Garry can't win this fight. Obviously, a lot of stuff can happen, but I think Islam's got this. I think he looks like a true welterweight. He looks like someone that is very strong in the weight class. Didn't look like he missed a beat there as far as moving up. I think Islam probably takes the decision. The one thing with Garry, to his credit, hasn't been finished. I don't know if Islam will be the guy to do that. Even the Shavkat fight, we've seen Shavkat with a very good finishing ability, wasn't able to do it. Obviously, Shavkat was injured in that fight, and we haven't seen him since. But, that was still a close fight for Garry. So I think probably Islam wins the decision, but I'll do a little bit more. I will do an in-depth breakdown a little bit later here on Early Look and kind of go into the, nuts and bolts and the numbers and all that stuff. So that probably think Islam wins the decision. Is it going to be like a, dominant decision? I don't know about that. I think Garry will put up a good.
This was what some of the top people in MMA had to say regarding the upcoming fight between Islam Makhachev and Ian Machado Garry. Though many believe that Makhachev will retain his belt, others feel that Garry is capable of shocking the MMA community by pulling off an upset win. With a combination of Islam's superior wrestling skills and championship experience matched against Garry's physical stature, mobility, and fight IQ, this has become one of the fights of the year. As we move closer to fight night, the more polarized the views are getting, which just further enhances the hype behind this title fight. One thing that is for sure is that both these fighters have something to prove, and that once that cage door opens, none of them will show any mercy. But what do you guys think? Will Islam Makhachev continue his undefeated streak and keep the title, or will Ian Machado Garry steal it from under him?